Hello everyone, this is Aaron again with another video. I'm doing this video because a lot of people have commented that there's a new pellet out there that's gotta try it. I've gotten so many compliments, so many comments on this particular pellet that I said, you gotta do something about this, I'm not usually the one to run out and try something new, but there's so many of you guys out there interested, so I figured, okay, let me go get these things and let's see what they shoot like. And that is this new pellet here, which is the JSB Diablo's Hades. And everyone's talking about this pellet. Okay, so I'm going to try this pellet. And I don't want to just try it though. I want to put it up against the pellets that I already shoot. So, and to see how it matches up. This video is about accuracy. So we're going to be shooting 4 different pellets, 3 different pellets against this particular pellet to see what the accuracy is. Now I'm going to do a follow-up video because I've ordered, these are the 22s. I've ordered the 25s and they're not in yet. They're on back order. So when those come in, I'm going to do another whole comparison. I hope they have those in this week so that I can go ahead and post that video perhaps next week. But this one is about accuracy, but the one next week is going to be about exactly how hard do these pellets hit and trying to come up with a way to figure out how to set up a scenario where we can see exactly what the hitting power of these things are versus another pellet. But right now, as I say, it's about accuracy. So I'm going to be putting them up against what I consider to be my best pellets in these particular calibers. In 22s, I love the JSB Exact in the 18 grain. But I also have the 15 grains. I got the 15 grains because these Hades are 15.89 grains. So putting them up against the 18 pellet, I didn't think was that fair, but we're going to do it anyway. But I wanted to put up one, and this one here is 15.89. And it's amazing. Think about it for a minute. Both these pellets are made by who? JSB. And they are the exact same, what? Grain. Exact same grain. So we're going to take a look at that and why that might be. Then I also got the Barracuda Extreme Hunters. These extremes, they have a similar head to the Hades in terms of spread. I want to see how that is. We'll be doing that in the next video. And then of course my go-to pellet, which is the 18.13 grain heavies, and I like the jumbo heavies. So what we're going to be doing is going to go outside. We're going to shoot these pellets against each other. I'm going to try to shoot them at a long range as I can. Right now I'm restricted because the range is closed and we're not sure when it's going to open back up. So here at home I'm restricted to about 50 yards. I could go a little bit past that, a few yards, but that doesn't matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to go outside and we're going to shoot these things at 30 first, and then we're going to push them out to 50. And just to make sure that these pellets are all getting a good break and that sort of thing, I'm not the greatest shooter in the world. We're gonna put them in 3 different guns. We're gonna shoot them in my FX Wildcat in 122. Then we're gonna throw them in my P15 in 22, and then finally we're gonna shoot them in the Gamo Urban 22. That way we got 4 different pellets and 3 different guns, and that should give us a good spread on which pellet shoots the best in all 3 guns, which would probably indicate that that pellet might be friendly with a lot of other guns too, as opposed to a pellet that shoots great in one and terrible in another 2 or something like that. So let's go outside and set those 3 guns up and set up the targets, and let's take some shots and we'll come back in and close this thing out. Alright, let's go. Okay, we're outside and it's cold today, guys. It's about 49 degrees, but it's a cold wind that's blowing. Not blowing very hard, but it's blowing. And you'll be able to see that little flag down there dancing in and out of the picture as we take these shots. So first up is going to be the Gamo Urban. The Gamo Urban, we're going to be shooting, first of all, the JSB 18.3. And these are the jumbo heavies. See how she does. Well, all my guns seem to love the JSBs, so that was a pretty good one. Let's move on now and let's go over here and get some those JSB Hades in here and see how those JSB Hades do. A lot of you guys have written me and asked me about those, so I said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and opt to get some for both this and the 25 cal. Now, the 25 cals is not in yet. Those are on back order, so when they come in, I'm going to put those 25 cals in my impact and my 25 cal P15, and we're going to shoot those out of there to see how well they do. I'm going to do some other tests with those also. And we're going to come back to these 22s and do a test too of spread of the actual, I guess you would call it hollow point. All right, so let's move on and see what the Hades can do. JSB Hades 22 Gamo Urban. I shot 7 times because I'm throwing out that first shot because I pulled the gun, so the first shot on the edge is thrown out. Okay, the Hades did pretty well. They're pretty accurate pellet from what I can see. We'll do some more investigating later, but let's move on to the JSB 15 grain. JSB 15 grain. That was the JSB 15s at 30. Again, I'm throwing out the first shot. I pull that shot low. I don't know what it is, but I do that. Okay, the 15s are not bad either. Let's go on and see what our last pellet can do, and that is the H&N. These are the Barracuda Extreme Hunters. Let's see what they can do. They're in 18.52 grain, so they're pretty heavy like the JSBs. Let's see what those can do. I wish I had thought of this on the first one. I should have just left that first target up there and just put another one around it. So next to that, of course, is the JSBs that I just shot. Now this is going to be the last one. These are the H&N 22s. Oh, good. Okay, that was the H&N Barracuda Extreme Hunters right there. And I'm gonna let you. I'm not gonna say which spell is good or bad in these videos. I'm just gonna shoot them. You can take a look at all of them and think and make your own determination. I'm not here to make a determination. I'm here just to shoot it and let you see how it's shooting, and you make the call. And I'm trying to shoot all 4 pellets in 3 different guns, so the gun won't be the object. Now, of course, you guys know that I'm not the best shooter in the world. Okay, I shoot okay. But when it comes down to this pinpoint stuff, I'm not that great. So you have to judge for yourself how you think I'm doing and how you think the pellet is doing. Okay, let's move on to another gun. Let's go get the Wildcat and see what the Wildcat can do with these same pellets in 22. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're back with the Wildcat here. Let's see how it can do. First up is going to be the JSB Exacts an 18.13 grain. Okay, that wasn't bad. I do find though that this Wildcat tends to like all pellets. It doesn't shoot any pellet really bad that I've found anyway. Overall. So let's move on to the GSB's Hades, and the Hades are of course the JSB Match Diablos, and these are the pellets everyone's talking about, and it's got me to do this little shoot. So let's see what the Hades can do. Not bad. Not bad at all. But the Hades seems to be very good so far. So let's move on to the next pellet, which is going to be the JSB 15s. Let's check it out. Okay, JSB 15s are pretty light too. I know what thing I like about the JSB 15s is that if your gun is shooting a little slow and you really want to speed it up and don't mind dropping down a few grains of pellet, then that 15 is all. I find it to be very accurate. I just went ahead and went with the 18 grains over that, even though I still have those and I do shoot those. Okay, let's go to our last pellet, the H&N Barracuda Hunters. 18.52 grains. See how they do. Okay, not bad either, not bad either. Okay, well, we got one more gun to go. Let me run in the house and get the P15 and 22 caliber and see what these 4 pellets can do in that. All right. Okay, we're back. We have our P15 and 22 cal, and let's go ahead and fire off the JSB 18 grains. First of all, right here, 6 shots. See what you can do. Okay, that wasn't bad. I gotta throw out that first shot because I did pull it. I don't know why, but I tend to do that on the first shot. So it takes me a moment to settle down, and so I usually sacrifice that first shot in order to do that. But again, I'm not judging these pellets. I'm just shooting them and let you determine what you think. Put it in the comments whatever you think, whichever one you think is best in terms of accuracy at 30. Okay, let's move on to those JSB Hades that everyone's talking about. Those Hades, I like them. It's up to you to determine whether or not the price is worth it. We got some more tests we're going to do on them in some later videos. But again, I'm about to throw out that first shot. But I think they're pretty accurate. Okay, let's move on to the JSB 15 grain pellets. Okay, not bad. But it's a really, really, again, pretty accurate pellet. You guys make the determination. Let's go on to our last pellet now, which is going to be the H&N Barracuda Hunter Extremes. And 18 grain, 0.552 grain. Look, I think it's the heaviest of all the pellets we're shooting today. Now let's see what she can do. Okay, those pellets, the H&N is doing okay, but they don't seem to be, they seem to be off a little tad. I don't know. Maybe it's me from here looking down there with these little bad eyes and through the scope. I have the camera down there, so you guys gonna be able to see this a lot better than me. But okay, there it is. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take this thing out to 50 yards now. First up is the JSB 18 grain jumbo exacts, and the wind just picked up badly. Oh, it just got stiff. I'm gonna have to wait a minute. I don't know if you can hear it, but the trees are rattling. And at 50 yards, even 22 is going to be affected by it. I just don't want it to be affected that. It's a bad crosswind. So, let's wait. Okay, we're going to go ahead. The wind is going to pick. This going to have a little wind pushing it to the right, so you'll be able to see it. Let's go with the first shot. This is, again, the JSB's Jumbo Exact in the 18 grain. Here we go. Okay. This should be a ½ inch holdover. It's going to be hard to see it. The light's gone. The wind died on that one, so that one's going to be close. When the wind picks up, it's got to go right. When it doesn't, it's going to be pretty much on. Three. Four. Five. Six. Okay, that looks pretty good. Wow, that was pretty good. But like I said, this Wildcat has always been my most accurate gun with all pellets. Doesn't matter what you stick in it, just tend to come out here pretty good. Okay, we got the Hades loaded up in here. The Hades are 15.89 grains, so the wind that's out there might push them a little bit more than it did those 18s. But let's just take a look at it and see what it can do. All right, let's just go one time and see what we can do with it. Oh man. Okay, not bad, except for that one that I kind of pulled down a little bit. That's a pretty tight group for those Hades. They just feel like they're moving out of the gun much faster than the 18s are and getting down there very, very quickly. All right, let's throw in some H&M Barracuda Hunter Extremes and see how they can do. Okay, I guess this gun does not like the Barracuda Extreme Hunters, because I was kind of all over the place, and I can take the blame for maybe one of them, but I think that the three on the right, and then it jumped left on me, and I'm not sure if that was the wind or what that was, but the grip should have been a little tighter, I'm thinking. But what I'm going to do is this: I'm going to lay over the top of that the 15 grain JSBs, because I don't have a fourth target down there, so you just watch where they're hitting and see how they're doing relative to those. So just watch real closely, because I'm not going to put in I'm going to go at the bottom target, 6 shots with the 15 grain JSBs. Let's load her up. Okay, as I said, I'm going to try to lay these over the top. I expect all these to hit a little right. Alright, you guys watch closely, because I ain't going to be able to duplicate this. So keep your eye out on those numbers so you know where these things are hitting. I hope you guys can hear that wind and see it back there. Oh, I pulled that one, guys. I pulled it bad. That was me. That was me on that one. I'm going to leave it lay. I'm going to try one more, though. Yeah, that one up there we're not going to count, y'all. Alright, that's all 4 pellets. Well, that's not bad. Okay, we shot all 4 pellets. I'm let you guys decide for yourself. On the bottom, on the next round, I don't think I'm going to shoot the Barracuda Extreme Hunters, because they've not done well as well as the other 3 in any of the tests so far. So next round we're just going to shoot 3 pellets to determine this, okay? Alright, let's go get another gun. Go get the P15 22, okay? Okay, we're back with the P15. First up with the P15 is going to be the JSB 18s, Jumbo Exacts, 6 shots. Okay, here we go. We're going to play a half, and I'm not sure with this gun if it's a half or not. You see the wind, it's going to be pushed a little bit. It's going to be pushed a little. Oh, that one came out kind of funny, though. Let me, oh shoot, my shroud was loosed. Okay, I'm going to throw that one out. We're going to go with this. We're going to go with the next 6. That first one I have to loosen the shroud, you guys, in order to fill the gun, and I just filled it, and I think that thing might have chipped the chip going out of leaving the gun. So I think that's why that first one was so wild. I think it actually hit the yep. So you can throw that first one out. That's what that was. If you got one of these and you get this big shroud for it, you got to loosen it up in order to get the probe in to fill it, and you got to remember to tighten it back down. And once you do that, you're on again. I was like, what the heck was that? I did that one. That's alright. Those 2 are on me. So I'm going to take 6. Last shot. Okay. You can count those right there and throw that one and that one away because I pulled that one and the first one hit the shroud. Okay. Okay, except for that first one hitting the shroud because I didn't tighten it down. If you get this bulbous nose shrouds on this, in order to pull this thing out, in order to get the probe in, you can't. It'll hit this. So you got to unloosen it, but remember to tighten that thing back because you don't want to tear it up. It costs too much. Okay, and then I pull that one to the top. So let's go on to the Hades and see how I can do. Okay, here we go with the Hades. Let's see how they do. Okay, I'm gonna play this as a half too. I played all of them as a half. Trying to hold this thing still, but I'm having problems. Alright. And I'm gonna tell you guys the wind just died. For the first time today we have no wind. Just a breath. You can see the leaves behind it. You can see how it's died since I first started. Now I expect this Hades to climb a little because it's only 15 grains. That's me not holding the gun down, you guys. It's rising up. It's rising up on me a little bit. That's for two reasons. That's one is because I'm not maybe holding it down, but also these lighter pellets are gonna rise. That was me. Throw that one out. I'm going to go with the extra one because every now and then I'm gonna make an error like that. And when it does, I'm gonna claim that I made the error. I'm not gonna allow the pellet to take the blame for that one. Okay, those 6 right there count. Throw that one out. That was me. I'm gonna always do that and right there and right there. I'm gonna always do that on one. I'm just can't hold it together. Okay, 50 yards. That was Hades. Okay, that wasn't bad. You know, I pulled that one up towards the top there, to the top right, but all the rest of them were right on. And the pellet, I expected to rise a little because it's only 15. Okay, let's go on to the, this time I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna forego the H&Ns because they haven't performed that well. But I do want to do the 15s against the 15s, so let's try that. So we'll load up and come right back. Okay, here we go with our last pellet. These are the JSB 15 grains jumbo exacts. Let's see what they'll do. I'm gonna fire this one off with that running, since this is the last target. Now this 15 too, I expect this one to rise a little too. Not that much. Let's just see what happened there. Was that me? I'm gonna go ahead and shoot all 8 shots, you guys. Nope. This thing is really rising. It's throwing these out of here. Man, look at that. These things are traveling out of here, I'm telling you. Look at that. Again, guys, look at the group now. Don't look at the target. Don't say, oh, he's missing. I'm just trying to hold that right there and get a group. And I'm going to tell you, boy, this group is tight. I might be going to this pellet, you guys. It has performed. This 15, these JSB 15s, someone told me about that at the range once. They said, man, you got to try those 15s. And I said, nah, they don't have enough hidden power. Accuracy trumps hidden power. Look at that. Wow. Okay, we'll fire one more of these suckers and call it. My goodness. I might be changing the 15s, you guys. I just may be changing the 15s. These 15s have been tight in all the guns. But especially in here. So. Okay, there it is. As you can see, all 3 guns perform very well at 30 yards as I would expect them to. And all 4 pellets perform well at 30 yards as I would expect them to. If you want to go back and see which one you think did the best at 30, go ahead and do that. This is not a comparison for me, it's a comparison for you guys who may be interested in getting that new Hades pellet. So I'm not going to focus on the 30 yard. I'm going to focus the rest of the attention here on the 50 yard, because that's going to tell us a little bit more, I think. So let's take a look at the first group with the Wildcat at 50. If you take a look here, you're going to see that, trying to get this reflection out of there. There we go. You're going to see that the JSB 18s did very, very well. The Hades did very, very well. The H&Ns, I would almost say, did terrible. And so what I did was I laid over that, and I really hated to do that, but I did not want to go down there and put up another target. But I laid the JSB 15 grains over that. But for the most part, I would say, in my opinion, that there's no difference between these two out of the Wildcat. And down here, I would almost say the same for these here if I would have had a target. I'm telling you, the 15 grain JSBs are really surprising me. Let's go on to the second round when we were shooting the P15 and 22. Now, the P15 and 22 also, in my opinion, performed very, very well. And let me just say what I've done here. You know, we started at the bottom, so this was the first shot. Now, one thing that happened was I forgot to tighten down the shroud, so a pellet clipped that shroud a bit as it came out. Didn't hurt the shroud, I checked it. And that's how we ended up with this errant shot down here, so I covered that up. Then up here with an errant shot by me, I covered that up. And then we shot the additional shots. So this is the real group. I'm not going to let the pellet take responsibility for my bad shooting. So I'm going to take out those that are errant. These are the ones I know I held it good. Now we go up here again to the Hades. Same thing. I had an errant shot here and an errant shot here. Those were on me. So I took out my two worst shots, and you see here a group that is well inside a quarter and a dime. It would be touching a dime all the way around. And then here, up here, this is the one where I didn't have to take out any shots. This is where I said I'm very, very surprised. My P15 22 loves these 15 grains. I had no idea. I've always shot 18 grains the whole time. So this is a pellet I think I'm going to invest in. And I want to really thank Hades for that, because if it wasn't for me buying the Hades for this test, I wouldn't have bought the 15 grains, because both the 15 grains and the Hades are the same. Now this is really interesting to me. Although the pellets are quite different in terms of their makeup, from the back of the pellets to the front of the pellets. But both of these pellets are exactly 15.89 grains. Both the JSB Jumbos and the JSB Hades. I think that's very, very interesting that they kept that particular weight exactly the same. So there it is, in terms of just a comparison for you to take a look at what these Hades can do. Now, I wanted to involve in this contest today, because let me just get this straight. Today's contest was about accuracy. I'm going to be doing another video as soon as my 25 calibers come in. The 25 calibers right now are on back order, and so I'm going to have to wait until those arrive. But when they do arrive, I'm going to take those things out, and we're going to shoot them against all the pellets that we have here. I think I have 3 coming in the 25. So I'm going to have the 25 GFPs, of course, 25 grains. I'm going to have the, I'm getting again some H&N 25. I think they're about 25 grains. I know they're heavy. And then I'm also getting in the Hades. And I'm going to see what the weight of those are. But with those, it's not going to be about accuracy. We will shoot some accuracy at 50 yards. I'll try to do that. But what I want to do is look at hitting power. Is it worth that extra money for that, I'm just going to call it a hollow point, to get that extra spread in there? Is it worth that amount of money in terms of its killing power? And again, I'm not going to try to rate it. I'm going to shoot some things, have you take a look at them and say, hey, what do you think? But that's going to be the next video coming up as soon as those pellets come in. So with that, we're going to close this thing out. I want to thank you guys for those guys who are tuning in all the time, those who comment to me, especially those of you who are subscribed. I'm getting close to 6,000 again. I think I'm at right around 5,500, something like that. But at the beginning, you couldn't have told me that I was going to have this kind of success. I know overall for YouTube that's not very high, but for me it's monumental. So I want to thank all of you guys. I want to thank you guys who are out there who have channels that deal with air guns and letting me know I'm watching. I want you to know I do go through and watch. I'm going to start commenting so you know I'm watching. Most of the time I'll comment back to you on mine. You'll comment to me and I'll comment back that I checked your channel out. I'm going to start commenting on your channel. But I do that so that other people might read that and go to your channel also. That's why I comment on mine. They comment on your channel. If I comment on your channel, then they tend to see, people who are already watching you all tend to see it. But if someone's reading the comments under mine and I say, hey, I just checked out your content, I really like that, I'm hoping that someone else will pick up on that and come and watch it too. I'm going to try to come up with some other ways of promoting you guys who have channels out there and that are doing things for you. Lastly, let me just again thank all you guys who are letting me know from around the world where you are. I'm getting in some very, very interesting places. It's really amazing to me that how small the world is getting in terms of communications and how you can go around the world with a video. That's amazing. So with that, I'm going to close this thing out, and I just want to thank you guys again, and look forward to that video next week whenever those pellets come in. I'm hoping to start getting into some pesting soon and start getting out some pesting videos. And so we're going to be working on that next also. So looking forward to bringing you some more videos, looking forward to your comments, and looking forward to you sharing these videos if you can with people that you know, and also your comments. So thank you, and let's keep it safe. Have a good one, guys.